Hi, welcome in. I'm Suzanne Clayton, Heart Mind team member and a registered yoga teacher. I'm so honored to be here with you today for our live preparation session for the nervous system reboot. So take your time coming into this space. And if you would like, please let us know in the chat where you're joining from. I am in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're having a drizzly day here, and I'd love to connect with you here in the chat to know where are you joining us from. Welcome in. We're going to give everyone a few moments to come in, to get settled. Norway. Wow. Alexandria, Canada, Amsterdam, Switzerland, Cape Town, South Africa. We are pouring into this from all over the world. And that is what I love about our Heart Mind community, the global connection that we're all coming together now for the nervous system reboot across the world. So in this space, you're free to use the chat to connect with each other, to connect with us. And there will be some moments later on where if you would like, you could also come off of mute and we can have some group discussion. You're welcome to leave your camera on if you're interested. If you don't have too many distractions going on in your environment, you can also leave your camera off if that helps you feel more secure, more connected. But if you'd like, I'd invite you to turn the camera on. It's great when we're in these digital spaces to be able to see who we are and to connect. You can take your time now to get whatever makes your space feel ceremonial and intentional. So I've got 2 little candles, I've got my water, and a little floral arrangement because that makes me feel really intentionally connected. You can get your cup of tea, coffee, water, whatever you need. We'll be here for the next about half hour to 45 minutes for our preparation session. Yeah, this session will be about 30 to 45 minutes. We're going to give ourselves time and space to flow without too much rigidity, but it won't go past 45 minutes. Hola, buenos días from Colombia. Thank you for being here. Okay, so to start, I'll give you an overview of what this preparation session entails. So we will start by grounding into this space with a gentle meditation. We will take a look at the schedule for this week. We will answer any logistical questions that you might have about accessing the interviews, accessing the materials. And we'll also get into the companion guidebook that you get with this experience. And don't worry, we'll put links in the chat to everything that I'm referencing. If you don't have it readily available right now, don't worry. We're going to look at some of the journaling prompts to really help us set our mindset or get our mindset straight for this nervous system reboot. So if you have your journal, get it handy now. You can also use the Notes app on your phone. You could just reflect if you don't have anything available to write with. But one of the really great things about writing is it helps us solidify things that are more effervescent. When we write it down, it really begins to take the first step towards taking shape. And that's really what we want you to get out of this nervous system reboot. This is not meant to be just a passive experience. It's meant to be something that you really integrate and build into your life, that you take these insights and that you get from the talks and do something with them. So we're going to start that right away today by setting intentions, by writing things down, and throughout the week you can use your guidebook to continue that process. And I hope that you'll also join us for the integration session at the end of the week to further deepen all the insights that you get. Okay, well, that's enough of space setting. I hope we're all ready. So you can take your time to get ready for our meditation, get comfortable, get cozy. I see some people wrapping up in scarves and blankets. That's perfect. And it's so good to see some familiar faces from the last time we were together for Heal and Restore. Great to see some of you back. Hi, Pamela. All right, so we'll find a nice tall spine. You can even lay down if that feels more comfortable. If you're able to stay awake, you can sit. If keeping your eyes open helps you feel grounded and connected, please feel free to keep your eyes open. You can soften your gaze, or you can shut your eyes, gently close your eyelids. We're going to shift out of the thinking mind and drop into the feeling body. And as you do that, begin to rotate your gaze toward your internal experience, toward the internal landscape of your being. And we'll likely have the tendency to keep getting cerebral with it, to keep coming back to concepts. But as that happens, I invite you to instead each time shift into feeling. What sensations can you notice on your skin? Can you detect the sensation of the clothing you're wearing against your skin? Can you detect the sensation of the rise and fall of your breath in your body? And I invite you to embrace this gift of time and space. Nowhere to be, nothing to do for these moments. Get fully present in your physical form. Soften, open, breathe, and relax. Bring your attention to your lower body and the connection points you have with the surface you're sitting on. Bring your awareness to your sits bones, to your legs, your ankles, whatever you can detect touching the seat beneath you. And see, sense, or feel your lower body quite heavy. And with equal measure, feel the earth rising up to support you. As you rest down into the earth, feel the earth rising up to support you. See, sense, or feel the earth energy being pulled up into your lower body. invite in same energy we connect with things like dirt, rocks, roots, stable, supportive, ever present, solid. Keep inviting that support, stability up into your lower body. And imagine those same qualities of the earth entering into you as you continue to pull the energy and invite it up and in, letting the energy of the earth come up through your abdomen now, letting it travel up your spine, if you'd like to think of a color to associate with this energy, you can bring a deep red to mind. Keep pulling this earth energy up the back of your spine, into your chest, grounded, stable, supported. Let it spread through your collarbones, down your arms to your fingertips. Stay up, stay lifted through the spine. Invite the earth energy up through your neck. Bring your awareness to the spine again in your neck. Invite this grounded earth energy up into your skull, through your face, to the top of your head. Letting your entire being bask in the energy of the earth, which has risen from the very core of the earth, up through the rock layers, through the dirt, through the grass, through the mountains, and is now being embodied in you. And let this nurturing, grounded earth energy begin to radiate in all directions from you. And see how far this earth energy radiates from you. Without judgment and without too much analysis, just be with it. Notice. Come back to your breath. Feel the breath rising and falling. Take in a deeper inhalation. Open mouth, exhale, sigh. Deep inhalation, fill your lungs. Open mouth, sigh, release, let go, exhale. You can bring some movement back into your hands, flex through your feet. You can take some gentle circles with your neck. Moving intuitively, however you want to invite some gentle movement back into your body without rushing, without overthinking it. Just move, just flow freely. You can flutter your eyes open, you can keep them closed. Again, there's no right or wrong. You can reach your arms up to the sky, stretching out. Soften your hands by your sides. Thank you for joining in that practice together. As you know, this week is all about, hi Noni, welcome. We did just do a grounding exercise to open the space, so take your time to get settled however that looks for you. We're looking at the nervous system this week. And what does it mean to reboot a nervous system? We're in a new year, 2026. And here we are embarking on this week together to explore how can we be our best selves from a nervous system standpoint. We're taking it all the way down to the nervous system. We're going to hear from some world-renowned experts this week from all different areas of expertise so that you're sure to find something that resonates with you and that you can bring into your life to help you on your individual path. And we're also here to support you through this week and beyond. Every morning at 10 a.m., there's a live guided meditation. You'll also get the great privilege of 2 opportunities to meditate with our founder, Fleet Mall, for neurosomatic mindfulness meditation. You'll also have faculty experts every day at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, leading sessions that have a meditation or some type of guided practice, an experiential component based on their area of expertise, and the opportunity for a live Q&A. So you can ask them their questions, ask them your questions about whatever comes up for you. This is an amazing opportunity that you don't get many places to have access to this type of wisdom. And then we will close the week with an integration session. So let's take a look at the schedule. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat to this week's schedule. Amy, I've put in the chat there the link. If you click there, you could print this schedule. Yeah, this is an interactive experience, and I am so excited for us to be on this journey of this week together. Let's take a look at the schedule now. Okay, so we are today, Sunday, January 18th, on the preparation session. We have day 1 starting on Tuesday, the 20th. Day 1 starts with just an awareness and understanding of the nervous system. So we have some MDs, PsyDs, all different types of expertise to ground us into what does it really mean to awaken the intelligent nervous system and to understand it. Now, if you have not yet purchased lifetime access, you'll have access to these talks from 7 a.m. on Tuesday until 7 a.m. on Wednesday. If you purchase the lifetime access, of course, you'll have much more time and space to move at your own pace and listen to these talks over the course of however long you want to take to metabolize them. I would recommend today that you take the time to go ahead and pick out which ones, based off of kind of the brief description here, you can plan in advance, or when you get the actual talks at 7 a.m. on Tuesday, you can read more about bullet points about what's covered and choose what you think is going to be most beneficial to you. The main thing I want you to avoid falling into is this sense of overwhelm and then freezing and doing nothing. So I want to empower you now with some tools that you can take to pick out what do you think will be the best for you. And you don't have to, put too much pressure on yourself. I just want you to take the time to pick out 1 or 2 talks that you really want to prioritize and give yourself some time in your calendar. You can block time in your calendar, or just figure out when are you going to work this into your day. That's a tool that I would recommend, because what I don't want to happen is for you to just get overwhelmed, see that there's so many, and then shut down and not take advantage of any of them. So if you give yourself a goal and write it down, that can help you stick to it. Any questions so far? Let me check into the chat. Okay, here's the link to the schedule again. Okay, so Jennifer says, so the 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Q&A, and everything else is recorded and we can listen to any time in that 24 hours. Yeah, the Q&A is at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. All the other talks have been pre-recorded and will be issued to you on the day of the talks at 7 a.m. If you have not purchased lifetime access, you have 24 hours to listen to those talks.
Alice!
What?
Alice!
How are you?
Yandıra.
Ah,
Hi, Caro. Do you have a question, Caro? Okay. Okay, welcome to everyone who's just gotten here. I've just posted the link to the schedule again. It's at a few points in the chat now. Okay, Mira, will the sessions be interactive? The talks themselves, many include experiential components, but they are not live. So all the interviews have been pre-recorded and will be issued to you on the day of. Many of the experts in those talks, though, have done things. They'll have guided meditations, they'll have breath work, they might have journaling prompts. We have an expressive arts therapist talk coming up, Dr. Kathy Malchiotti, on day 2, that has like a drawing exercise. So while it's not interactive in a live sense, it is an experiential, there are experiential components to these talks. Each talk is about 45 minutes to 1 hour. So there's about 45 minutes to 1 hour for each of these talks. Okay, so Paula, so each day starts at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, which is 4 p.m. in the UK. How long for? Well, it depends on how long each day's talks are. So there's like 6 to 8 talks a day. Each can be 45 minutes to an hour, and you have your own time to figure out when you want to work those in. And you'll have a 24-hour window if you have not purchased lifetime access. If you purchase lifetime access to the talks, they'll be in your library and you can use them and access them at your own pace. Who will guide the Q&A? From Estefania. We have different people guiding the experiential sessions each day. So day 1 on Tuesday is Dr. David Grand. who will be leading. He's an expert in brain spotting. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. He will guide you through it at 12 p.m. on Tuesday. On day 2, we have In Kim in Defo, who is, she has a master's in nursing, and she has done some amazing community work around resiliency and trauma. She is really, really interesting. You can also listen to her talk, but you can join her live on Wednesday. On day 3, we have Jan Winhall, who is an expert in polyvagal theory. She'll be doing a guided session. On day 4, we have Nick Haynes, who is an expert in Chinese medicine and the different Chinese energy systems. So he's going to be leading a session that helps you understand your energy from a Chinese medicine perspective. On day 5, we've got Katja Cahoon, who is a licensed clinical social worker and also leads psychedelic assisted therapy. She's bringing a very unique lens to her session, and I'm excited for you to join on day 5. In day 6, we have Ariel Schwartz, who is another expert in polyvagal theory, and she's also a yoga teacher, so she's going to bring a pretty cool experience to you as well on day 6. Those are our faculty Q&A sessions, and each day in your email, you'll get more info about the sessions beyond the brief description that I've just provided. Okay, Dr. Kelly, so tomorrow is a pause and it starts on Tuesday. Yes, tomorrow is a pause. Tomorrow, I recommend you use the day to plan out your blocks of time for when you can listen to these talks, and just take the day to work through. You can open your guidebook. Let me drop the guidebook in the chat. This is your nervous system workbook, nervous system reboot workbook. It's an integration journal. There's prompts. So I would take today and tomorrow to look through this book and get yourself prepared for the week ahead. Steph, is it 30 minutes daily at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Live? It is about 45 minutes to an hour. It's not quite 30 minutes. It's a little longer than that because they lead you through some type of meditation, some type of journal prompt, and then they lead you through an experience. And then we'll have a chance for group discussion and Q&A. Mel, can you tell me more what you mean by self-containment?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I just mean sort of self-regulation, because I've done a lot of breath work and things like that, but I find that if people aren't around, I find I struggle quite a bit. So is there anything that could help that part?
I think day 2, from survival to safety, optimizing nervous system regulation could be a good day for you. And I think that day 4, optimizing longevity and health span, that one might help a lot with that as well.
Thank you.
You might really enjoy Amit Agarwal's. He's a naturopathic doctor, so he's bringing a really different lens to things. It won't be some of those things that you've described like traditional breath work. He's talking about family systems and constellations, and provided a really unique lens that to optimizing longevity and health span in ways that many of us maybe had not considered before. That's Amit Agarwal, ND. I'll put it in the chat. Okay, I see some issues with the workbook. Can you tell me, has anyone had success opening the link to the workbook? Yes? Okay, good. Okay, Deborah, I'm gonna put it here again. Yes, Steph, it is in the email too. So if you're having trouble in my link, if you go to your email, it's in the workbook is in that as well. Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at the workbook. Let's pull that up. Let's direct our attention to Grounded, your integration journal. Okay, so this daily journal you can use to capture your insights, to track your own mental, emotional, and physical state and shifts. And this has your guide for post-summit integration and ongoing reflection. So there's a morning and evening self-check-in, a reflection section, and key takeaways for each of the talks. So let's go to page that at the top says your inner reflection. It's page 2 of the book and page 3 overall if you count the title page if you're scrolling down. Okay, so what I want us to do is to go through these. Let's go through the first question together. Who are you becoming? So all of you said yes to this experience. Something in you prompted you to register, to sign up, and to be here today. And there will be others of you who are joining this as a replay. Thank you for being here for the replay if you're one of those people. And thank you for saying yes. And sometimes it's a very small part of it. Sometimes it's a very small yes that we don't, sometimes someone drags us into something. Sometimes we don't even know why we said yes, we just signed up for it. But the point is, we're here now. So let's look with a little bit of intentionality about who are you becoming through saying yes to this experience. So I want you to jot a few words down about your strengths, values, and qualities you most wish to nurture. And this is a big question, so don't let it, let's pull it down a little bit. Okay, let's think of a strength that you have. One of mine is pattern recognition. I'm really, really good at seeing how things come together and what's the most likely next step if the trajectory is not interrupted. That's a very specific strength. You might also have the strength of listening really well, of being someone who people turn to in times of need because of your listening skills. It might be, I mean, it can be any number of things. The strengths could be very simple, it could be profound, it doesn't matter. Just write a few strengths down. Strength that you want to nurture. Sometimes we have things that could be a strength, but we haven't had a chance or we haven't prioritized nurturing it yet. And sometimes that's because our nervous system is operating from a state of survival. Sometimes our nervous system itself is in defense, is in protective mode. And when your nervous system is in defense, protective mode, urgency, survival, it can be really difficult or nearly impossible to access things that are perceived by the nervous system as luxuries, things like creative expression, things like a big, deep, long exhale. Some of these strengths don't have the time and space to come out when the nervous system is operating from the very basic survival mode. So I want you to think for a moment, what might be more accessible to you? What aspects of yourself might be more accessible when your nervous system is supported and you're not operating from urgency, defense, survival? What aspects of you in relationships might be more accessible? How might your creativity alter if your nervous system were more supported? How might you show up in your parenting? What would your interaction with your coworkers look, how might that look differently if it was coming from a nervous system that was supported, regulated, expansive? And if you've never accessed it, you feel like I don't know, I have no idea what that would look like because I've never had that. That's okay too. Just dream the possibility that it could be if that were the case. Okay, and one of the beauties of doing this work in community is that we can support each other. We can learn from each other. We're all here on this same journey, nervous system reboot, together. So if you would like, go ahead and type in the chat box, type in our chat room, our session, get some of your answers. What aspects do you think would be more accessible? How do you think your life would look different if your nervous system were supported? Yeah, freedom of physical movement. The body itself becomes tighter, more restricted, and rigid when our nervous system is in those exact same states. Yeah, this is a beautiful one, Rachel. Presence, access to valuable and new ideas, awareness of and saying yes to desired opportunities. The window gets very, very narrow. Our sight gets very, very narrow when we're operating from survival, and to the point where we cannot even detect or be aware of possibilities. That's the gift that you give your nervous system, and that your nervous system in turn gives to you when you figure out what it is that you need to come into these states of greater nervous system support. And that's exactly what these experts are talking about over the course of this week. And there's, like I'm telling you, there's many different avenues. We have Chinese medicine, we have trauma informed, we have psychedelic assisted information on psychedelic assisted talks. We have social workers, we have family constellations. There's all different areas of wisdom to pull from. So if you're thinking, I've tried yoga, I've tried breath work, I've tried meditation for years, nothing is working, something in you knows that something is possible for you, or you wouldn't be here today and now. So please give yourself the gift of curiosity that there's something out there. Try a talk that you may have never, that you feel like you would never pick before, and see if that's something that clicks for you. And sometimes it's not a big epiphany. Sometimes it takes time for these ideas to marinate. That's why I really want you to take advantage of these journals and do the reflection so that things have time to metabolize and blossom and bloom. Calmness, compassion for others. It's hard to have compassion for others when we're struggling ourselves just to get through the day. Less stress, happier and healthier. Yes, happier and healthier. We have a lot of talks on day 4 about health and well-being. longevity, health span, how managing your nervous system changes the course of your health and your longevity. Playfulness, laughter, joy, yes. Serenity, enjoying life, being more present with others, freedom to make choices, freedom to be me. Easier to do stuff. It's just plain easier to do stuff when your nervous system is regulated. Yeah, when you're in this, I can get things done. Yeah, being Nadine, being more in the moment instead of scanning for threats. More social, able to trust, endurance. Wolfgang, here's the link to the workbook. It's also in it. If this link, if you're having an issue, go to the email for this and it will be in there too. To not be, you can't even imagine it yet. And it was freeing hearing it gave me a laugh, not to take everything so seriously. Yeah, being stuck in pain or fear. Come to the, please, if you can, prioritize coming to the live faculty-led interactive Q&A sessions. And if you can't join live, listen to the replay. These are really, really valuable and they're fun as well. Speaking up for yourself, really having the courage and the wherewithal to even express what is true for you. That comes when you're able to regulate, attune to your nervous system. More intuitive, greater clarity, confidence, just plain better, period. A sense of humor, yes. Accept, yeah, not okay, but being okay, being not okay. Acceptance, accepting and cooperating with reality. When we accept and cooperate with reality, that helps us change the trajectory if we want to. Can you say more about what a regulated nervous system means? It's going to look different for each person, and I would encourage you to tune into the talks on day one, which helps us have a greater understanding of what do these terms even mean? What is the nervous system? What does it have to do with me? How do I regulate it? What does that even mean? Come to day one, listen to the talks by the professionals there, and they share some really good insights about what that means because it's going to look different. It doesn't mean being calm and chill all the time, but it means being able to flow with the ebbs and flows of life and not be in shutdown, freeze, fight or flight states perpetually. Body can finally physically relax. Is that is reminding me of a talk that we have coming up on day 5. Betsy Politan, she was a dancer, a classically trained dancer, and she brings into her talk these different physical movements that you can do. She does an exercise with the hands that helps you connect to your body and learning through moving with the body how to be in these states of an integrated nervous system. That's Betsy Politan on day 5. Really interesting talk from a former dancer. Helene, you might like the talk by Eric Gordon, Dr. Eric Gordon, MD, on day 1. He goes into a lot of the science of the nervous system. Okay, so we're at 45 minutes. I know I said this would not go over 45 minutes. So if you need to leave now, please feel free. But I'd like to open up for any questions that you have. Thank you for going through this exercise with me in the guidebook. You can see just how valuable it is when we take the time and space to pause and reflect the different avenues that we're able to go on that deepen this learning. So please do not let this workbook just fall to the wayside. Please take advantage. Please use this. This is our gift to you, and we hope that you will take advantage of it and enjoy it. But I'd like to open up for any questions that you have. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy. Thank you for sharing your questions. Thank you for going through the meditation together, going through the workbook together. I'm really looking forward to spending the next week with you all. Yes, Mira, there is a detailed schedule of everything. You'll be emailed a schedule every day. And I'm also going to give you the link again to this is the schedule online. The live sessions the meditations are at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, about 30 minutes. The live Q&As with our expert faculty are at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Hi, thank you from Copenhagen. I'm hoping to visit Copenhagen in the spring. I want to see the cherry blossoms. Okay, yeah, the email to the workbook again. Here's the link to the workbook. The meditations will be available as replays for 24 hours. So those of you on the West Coast can join the replays, do not worry. Yes, many of our experts do focus on trauma-informed care, specifically those on day 3. We have Bessel van der Kolk, Bessel van der Kolk, Dr. Judith Orloff, Dr. Paul Conti. Really, I loved the talk by Dr. Paul Conti. That one was a trauma-informed one as well. Many of the experts are bringing that lens to this. Day 3 is 122. That's healing and rewiring trauma patterns. Okay, so Rebecca, these talks are pre-recorded and they're given to you on the day of. So you have the freedom the freedom and flexibility to listen to these talks at any time that you would like during the 24-hour access. If you purchase lifetime access, you have the flexibility to listen to them at any point, many times over years, if you would like. So the only parts that are a set schedule are the 10 a.m. Eastern meditations and the 12 p.m. live faculty Q&As. And those are also recorded and offered as replays. So you can tune back in if you're on the West Coast or in an
Hey everyone, I'm sorry. It looks like we've lost Suzanne. I think we were wrapping up anyways, though. So if there are additional questions or comments that anyone has, you can reach out to our support channel at support@heartmind.co. Otherwise, you will be getting emails every day about what's coming up that day, what's coming up that week. So please go ahead and check your emails, and we're looking forward to meeting with you all on Tuesday. So I'll go ahead and end the meeting now. Thank you all, everyone, so much. Have a great
Thank you.
day. All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.